Rotterdam, along with Amsterdam and The Hague, is one of the 3 cultural centres in the Netherlands. Rotterdam has the second biggest seaport in the world and is the second biggest city in the Netherlands, with a population of 600,000. As a gateway to the world, the harbour town possesses a multicultural population. You can see by the many stylish buildings that the National Architectural Institute is based in Rotterdam. Within the electronic music circles of this workers' town, where amongst others techno legend Speedy J lives, they like it more rough than chic. Rotterdam was the place where Gabba started in the early 90s, and the sound is still ruling the city today. Similar to Delzin in Amsterdam and Bunker in Den Haag, Clone is a family of electronic nuts. As a distributor for Eat This, Nature, Bunker and their own labels DUB Records and Clone, Serge Verschoor is pushing techno and electro forward, and even Italo Disco has left its trace in Rotterdam. Acts such as Duplex with their second outlet DPX or Olden Tyrell are using smart means to take Detroit techno one step forward.
Everything started out with me as a DJ, and I started producing music, and I did release a couple of tracks on other labels, but I want to put out more tracks, so I just released a couple of tracks on my own label, and that's how basically the Clone thing started. And I think 2 years after that we started out with a record store here in Rotterdam. And that was the second step we made. And from there we came with the publishing and with the mail order and the distribution and the sub-labels. And every time we took another extra step. In the record store we sell everything we like. We sell a lot of house, techno, electro, but we also sell jazz, funk and soundtracks. A lot of the customers for our record store are from the whole of Holland. In the beginning we also had a lot of customers from Belgium, Germany coming over. Because we were one of the few stores specialized in rare small labels, Detroit electro, techno. And we always had a lot of stock on that, even when titles were sold out or if the labels stopped or didn't press the titles anymore. And later we are more specialized for the customers here in Holland, because for everybody outside we have the mail order. I don't really feel there's a music crisis. Everybody talks about the music crisis, but I'm not sure if that's happening. The music market is changing, and people consume music on a different way. A lot of people used to buy 12 inches and vinyl, but that's moving to digital formats or to MP3s. Well, that's of course digital format. But I'm not sure if there is a crisis. I think the whole turnover in music business in general is not smaller than it was like 10 years ago, but it's changing. So there might be a crisis in vinyl sales or in CD sales, but if you're into music business, you have to be flexible, and if the market is changing, you have to change with it. If you ask what the Clone label is known for and what the special sound is, I release what I like. So it can be, we started out with a lot of minimal techno, acid, in the beginning, and then we moved to a little bit more IDM, how they call it at that time, more electronic intelligent dance music, which is a stupid term, but you know, that's how they specified it. And then a lot of the techno was boring to us, so we were putting out a lot of electro, and from there we moved over to a little bit more disco-y stuff, and at the moment we put out a lot of Chicago influenced music, but we also put out music which is like completely different. The music we like is changing. You always have like kind of main influence, and that is for me always Detroit techno and Chicago house. But we are also influenced by disco and electro and a lot of other things like hip hop and jazz. And it's moving in waves. If you hear a lot of techno, you're getting bored with it, because a lot of people are copying the good techno records and make bad techno records. So there's always like a certain point where you get bored with a certain sound, and then you are getting excited by something new or something old. Clone distribution is rather small. We have, I think, about 20 labels we are distributing. We are working with 4 people, 3 full-time, and we are selling only exclusive labels. I think it's an advantage to work with exclusive labels and work with them with a close relationship, because that way you can speak with them about the music they release. You can help them with getting the releases better and better. And I think if you build a company or build a group of people around you which you like working with, like we do, we work with people we like and companies we like, labels we like, artists we like. So you can invest time in that. You can discuss with them, okay, that release could be better if you make better artwork, or if you get better mastering, or maybe think about getting that song as A1 side. Or so, you know, we can speak with the labels about stuff like that and try to get everything better. It's really easy. What a lot of distributors do, they say, okay, this guy made a hit, we want to have that record. We try to sell as much as possible, and we don't care about the second record from that artist or that label. You know, if that's a bad record, well, you know, screw them. We pick another guy who's hot at this moment. But we choose to do it a little different and work on a closer relationship with the artists, the labels, and I think that's the only way to survive if you do it the way we do.